Good morning, guys. Hi, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. I'm at Dunkin's waiting for the drive-thru. I'm getting a iced coffee and a breakfast sandwich. Hopefully that will get me to Atlanta. I'll be deadheading to Atlanta. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Middle-aged. Thank you for asking. How are you? You're young and you're pretty. So what was I saying? Oh, hold on a second. All right, what was I saying? I am going to be deadheading to Atlanta today. I don't deadhead very often, and I hate it. I hate deadheading. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you so much. You're saving my life. Thank you.
I'm glad I can help.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye. So I'll be deadheading to Atlanta. I don't deadhead very often. I hate deadheading, especially on long flights. I would much rather work a flight than deadhead. But there could be worse things, right? So then I'll be working a flight to Baltimore. My friend G is working today. She's senior to me. She is a 6'6". I'm a 7'1". Those are the first two digits of our employee numbers, which indicate our seniority. And I think we're flying with a 10-5 as the third person in our pairing. So I'm not sure who else is going to be joining us, but yeah, that's the plan so far. I'm going to have my iced coffee now, wake up a little bit, and I will see you at the airport or on the plane, or I'll see you somewhere soon. All right, see you soon. Hey guys, all right, so I'm deadheading, as you know. Hate it. I'm sitting in 6A, so it's a window seat at least, so I can maybe put my head against here and maybe take a nap, I hope. It'll be nice to have a view for a change, because usually when I'm flying, I get to look outside of a little porthole, so at least to have a view. I will see you in Atlanta.
Early, should probably be at the gate. Approximately 20 minutes ahead of time. Right now it shows us landing about 2:40 p.m.
lighting, but
We'll speak together closer. For now, enjoy the ride.
Very blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign. Feel free to move about the cabin, however, for your safety and for the safety of those around you, please keep your seatbelt fastened at all times.
There's about an hour left, but it's a pretty view. There's a plane passing by up there. Hey guys, welcome to Atlanta. The layover could have been worse. I had a book to read, but for some reason none of my music is on my phone. Don't know why. And I did not successfully download anything from Netflix, so I had to read a book for a change, and yeah, it's fine. I had a nap for about 2 hours. Yeah, really easy flight. We're gonna be flying to Baltimore now. It's I think blocked at 2 hours. I don't know. It's gonna take us an hour and a half or so. But yeah, I will see you in Baltimore. Hey there. All right, so our flight to Baltimore is scheduled to take 1 hour and 29 minutes, which is a lot better than 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is what I had thought I saw on my schedule. So yay for that. I am flying position C on this trip. So I am not going to be flying lead today, which is fine. I'm going to sit in back. G is going to play all of the recorded announcements, so I don't even have to really even do anything except for just be vigilant during the boarding process. I have a little snack because I had a breakfast sandwich this morning and that did not carry me through the day. But I've got a boiled egg here, some hummus, some carrot sticks, and some chicken breast. This is thanks to Sprouts. Very happy with that. And I'm gonna eat my little snack, my lunch, and I will see you next time in Baltimore. Hey guys, hi, welcome to Baltimore. The flight from Atlanta was super easy, super quick, super simple, no drama, no trauma. It was 1 hour and 29 minutes, a full flight. We're flying on a 321 today, an Airbus A321, which in our configuration holds 228 passengers. Yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, we were full to capacity. We were oversold. Everyone pretty much behaved. There was no real opportunity for anyone to get mischievous. Honestly, the seatbelt sign was on the entire time. It was a relatively short flight. I was surprised we actually did a full service because the flight was so short, and the seatbelt sign was on the entire time. So, but we did a full service. Pretty much everyone behaved beautifully. We had one gentleman in the back who really didn't like the fact that I reminded him the seatbelt sign is on. That's kind of my only job today, is to remind you of that when it's not safe to get up. The part that was like really toasting my marshmallows wasn't the fact that he got up to use the bathroom. It was the fact that he then decided to start opening up bins because he couldn't find his stuff. And I'm like, sir, could you please just close those bins for me? And he just did not like that. And I want to make sure those bins stay closed just in case. If the plane changes its, attitude at any point, I don't know what's in those overhead bins. Water bottles, metal water bottles that are full, fly out of the overhead bin, and they can, and they do. And I don't need another passenger being injured by stuff falling out of an overhead bin. So he was unhappy about it, but okay. What else? Yeah, that's it. Real super simple flight. I've got 14 hours here, just enough time to eat, sleep, and visit the restroom. That's about it. So tomorrow we have a van time of 8 a.m., a show time of 9 a.m., and we're flying to LA. I don't think we have a long layover, like 15 hours, something like that. Not very long. And again, enough time to eat, sleep, and visit the restroom and maybe watch some YouTube videos. And then the real day, the real work starts. That next day we fly from LA to Philly, and then down to Fort Lauderdale. Oh, and I hate flying into Fort Lauderdale. Not because of the passengers or anything, but the shuttle to the hotel gives me agita. So I just hate going to the hotel there because it's just always a hassle getting to the hotel from the airport. It doesn't take much for me to hate flying into a city. Yeah, and then the last day, I forgot what we're doing. Blah, blah, blah. I'll let you know sometime during this trip, this video. In the meantime, I'm going to sit down, have a few nibbles, nothing serious, because that tray I got from Trader Joe's with the hummus and the chicken and the eggs and the carrots, that was so delicious. It was so good. I put the shredded chicken inside a cup noodle, a ramen cup noodle. It was so good. So I have to start taking shredded chicken with me on trips. But, all right, I'm going to have my little snackaroo, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, toodaloo. Hey, guys. All right, so I meant to say hi to you this morning, but time just got away from me. We are clearly on board, ready to go. Our flight time to LA is 4 hours and 58 minutes. Full. That's about all I can say. The layover was very nice. I had a good sleep. I could have slept for 5 more hours, but good sleep. I had some good food. Yeah, no complaints. Nice and easy. We're headed to LA. I don't know how long my layover is. It's not very long. It's not long enough. But yeah, I will see you guys there. Toodaloo. Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to Los Angeles. I have tried to film this video clip, whatever this video clip's going to be like, twice before. And each time I've started talking by going, oh, hi, like some sort of glamour shots, high school yearbook post. I don't know what's going on. Why am I even telling you that? Hey there, welcome back to Los Angeles. Today has been kind of a blur. We started our day fairly early in Baltimore, flying here to LA. It took 5 hours, which felt roughly like a week. Our passengers, you can fill in the blank here. Our passengers were great, amazing. Once again, an aircraft full of really nice people. In particular, we had fantastic children on board today, amazing children. A lot of them too. It seemed like each seat section had a couple, and they were all attractive and really well behaved. They all had devices though to keep them occupied, but for the most part, they were all really well behaved. Better than most of the adults on the plane, of course. But There were a couple favorites. One, I think her name was Zumi Rose. Her mom, she had two moms sitting in the back with us. They're in the last row, and Zumi was 8. She is 8 months old and fluorescently beautiful. Hair like sponge sugar. Her skin tone was like a snickerdoodle. I just wanted to eat her. She was so precious, and what a happy baby. And we had this one other kid. I didn't get his name, but he was this little boy. He was 10 years old, it turns out. I'm sitting in my jump seat looking down the aisle. I was probably reading or something. He walks up waiting for the restrooms, which are occupied. And he's wearing this little round, clear Ray-Ban glasses. And I was like, oh, hey, I love your glasses. And he said, oh, thank you very much. I like yours too. And it sounded like an adult reacting to a compliment. You know, it wasn't like a child's recited thank you. You know, he struck me as being very mature. And I said, how old are you? He said 10. So, well, you seem very impressive for 10 years old. And he says, I'm homeschooled. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And later on during the flight, I try to do my job and make occasional trash runs and aisle walks, making sure everybody's safe and secure and happy. And while I'm doing that, I occasionally chat with passengers, and I had to stop at his mom and his dad and his 15-year-old brother, also homeschooled. And I said, oh my God, your children are amazing. I mean, I was just chatting with your 10-year-old, and he really impressed me. You're doing an amazing job. And she was like, thank you. I needed to hear that today. And it was just really nice. Going back to the jump seat, I chatted with this woman who asked me for some hot water. And you can't do something even as simple as ask for hot water and not have a conversation with me on the plane, because I'm just like, blah, 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 as you know. But I was like, who do you look like? You know, who do you look like? She's like, oh, I don't know. I said, I know. You look like Angela Bassett. And she looked like a younger Angela Bassett. And she was like, oh, I've heard that before. She looked very regal, very queenly, you know, just a beautiful, beautiful woman. And yeah, it was just a really nice flight, if you can't tell by my tone. My coworkers are awesome. I'm working with G, and Jesus, I can't remember her name. My position B on the aircraft. She's very, very nice too. She's been here for a couple years now. But yeah, just a really nice flight. Got here to LA. Our car, we had to wait for a bit for our car. It's a big fancy black SUV. It was very nice. Got to the hotel, hung out for a little bit. I just finished eating my dinner, which is some chicken parm with some spaghetti, which is very yummy. And thank you to Sprouts again, because I just can't seem to cook on my own, because Sprouts is so handy and delicious. But I am watching, as you can see here, I'm flipping between two movies, Return of the Jedi, and is it Return of the Jedi? And with the Ewoks, and Rambo Last Blood. I know, two very strange movies to flip from, but just kind of hanging out, relaxing. I jumped online. If you remember, not long ago, our new contract was ratified. So now our bidding process, after a certain point, is first come, first serve. No longer is it seniority based after the first like 3 or 4 days. So we still have some seniority based bidding, but after that, or now, it is first come, first serve, which I think is offers an equal opportunity to senior and junior flight attendants. So I'm very happy with that myself. Some people aren't, but so I have been able to swap in and out of trips to really fine tune my next month. So I'm very excited about my schedule. I was hoping to have a long Boston layover, and I'm still going to try to get it for my anniversary in June. I'll be celebrating 21 years of recovery. Wackadoodle. But yeah, that's my update for today. I will probably not see you again until tomorrow. So I will see you then. Doodaloo, have a great night.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. So I am down here for my shuttle. I'm going to grab, I've got 20 minutes to grab a quick bite to eat, and then we're heading to the airport to start our very, very long day. So I'm going to have some num-nums, and I will see you soon. All right, fake eggs as usual, and skinny cut bacon. I'm not sure. I shouldn't judge. It's free. Hey there. All right, so breakfast was pretty yummy. The bacon was yummy. The eggs, but they were free, so there you go. But what was more delicious were eBay sales. Yes, so last night I sold a glass. It's a vintage 1950s glass for $18. I paid $1 for it, maybe. I sold a Christmas caroler's doll. It's called Buyer's Choice for $69. I paid $7 for that, so that was good. And then I sold a little bowl. It's a cast iron bowl by an artist named Boris Gilbertson, and I found that at Goodwill for maybe $3. I don't remember, $3 or $5, something like that. I sold it this morning for $250. So thank you very much. Very, very, very happy with that. And yeah, so feeling good, feeling happy. Let's get to where are we going? Where are we going? Philly. Oh, Philly. All right, so it could be busier, but it's busy enough to want to hide. And thankfully, there is a space behind the gate where we can hide from passengers and not have to answer dozens of questions. Oh, I think she got caught by a question over there. Yeah, our plane is delayed, so we have another hour or so to hang out here at the gate. So I will see you in Philly. Alrighty, so we have a gate change, but it's pretty close to where we are right now. I have 4 webcams in my condo, so I can try and keep track of where the cats are. Frequently these days, they've changed their habits. They used to always kind of sleep and hang out in particular places, but they've changed their habits, and sometimes I can't see them. But this morning I looked, and I was happy to see that they were both sleeping. They're right now in my bedroom, our bedroom. So I took a screenshot. I'll include it right here. So Buddy is currently up where Eleanor usually likes to hang out. And Eleanor is in one of her new favorite places. It's hard for me to see her on camera, but she is on a little cot. It's like a little folding pet cot underneath the desk under the window with all the cat trees, so you can kind of see her little black and white body there. Yeah, that is one screenshot of one part of my bedroom. Yeah, I never make my bed, but notice all the cat trees. Yeah, there's more in my bedroom. I have more cat furniture in my bedroom than anywhere else in the house. It's kind of crazy, but they like it. So yeah, there you go. So you can clearly see how bored I am, right? So I will see you in Philly next time I talk to you. Bye. Hey guys, hi. Welcome to Fort Lauderdale. I know I haven't been able to talk to you in a little bit, so I apologize for that. I will see you at the hotel room shortly where I'll debrief you on the day. There's definitely things to talk about. But coming into the airport, I see a spot that was very important to me in my first days as a flight attendant. Right there, right in front of the arrival and departure board, right there is where I waited for my OE instructor to start my career as a flight attendant. So seeing that little spot brings a little nostalgic blush to my cheeks. Very, very nice. I can't even tell you how hungry I am. You know how I'm always telling you how hungry and tired I am? I can't even tell you how hungry I am. I had the breakfast at the hotel this morning. I had a cup noodle, and that's it. And it's been a very long day and very full of activity. So I need to go to the hotel. I need to eat something, and then I will tell you about the day. So I will see you soon. Oh my God, I made it. I survived this day. The day was only a 10.5 hour long duty day, so it wasn't the worst, but for some reason it felt eternal. I'll tell you about that in a moment. I'm gonna give you a quick hotel room tour. I have to peel off this uniform ASAP. I have to eat something before I even start talking because I will lose my mind if I don't. So let me give you a quick hotel room tour. First, the little closet thing, which is kind of cute. Very simple bathroom. Very comfortable looking beds. They look like giant marshmallows. Very Spartan walls. I actually kind of like it because hotel art is usually not that aspirational. fridge, microwave, little computer area here. The view is nothing spectacular, but let's see. Whoosh, way over there. I don't know if you can see the shape of that building. That looks like fireworks going on right there in that little spot. That is a Hard Rock Cafe, hotel, casino kind of thing. They're building one just like it on the Las Vegas Strip in the near future after they demolish the Mirage. Yeah, so I'm going to talk to you later after I take this uniform off and eat. I will see you soon. Hey guys, good morning. It's exactly 2 o'clock in the morning. Cheers. It is hours after I was spoken to last. I had to eat dinner. I was kind of tired, but I was more hungry than anything else. So I had some ravioli. I've been snacking on my crystallized ginger, some walnuts, and some dried cherries. They're yummy. I had some crackers, and my belly is full. I'm very, very happy. Today was very long. It was only a 10.5-hour duty day. It wasn't the longest. It just felt like a week. It really did feel like a very long time. The second leg, we'll talk about the day in reverse. The second leg was fairly easy. It was 2 hours and 12 minutes. Our passengers were great. There were 120 of them, so it was pretty easy. A lot of open seats. No drama, no trauma, nothing terribly unusual that I can think of. A little bit of turbulence, and some of our passengers were not so considerate about their own safety and got up during turbulence and opened overhead bins and just sort of, normal behavior. It's nothing unusual. People don't always listen to us when it behooves them for their safety, but it wasn't a bad flight. The leg from LA to Philadelphia, yeah, we all know it's not my favorite city in the world. Every flight attendant I've ever met has a couple places that they just don't like flying to. Frequently it's places like Atlanta, Miami, Baltimore for some people. I don't have that many problems with Baltimore. I don't have that many problems with Atlanta either, and I know some people really don't like Atlanta. For me, it is Philly. It is Philly. The people of Philadelphia are amazing. I've had amazing experiences in the city of Philadelphia. It's just like, I don't know how to define it. I don't even know. But I usually am pretty patient. I really do try to practice patience, love, and tolerance when I'm on board with our passengers. But tonight, they just poked, and pushed every button. It just seemed like everybody had to get up during turbulence. Everyone had to get up when the seatbelt sign was on. Everyone had to start opening overhead bins. We had one passenger, and I shouldn't even tell you the story. I can't even express how frustrating it was because it doesn't sound very dramatic, but I have my harness on because we have turbulence, and we're literally just climbing up to cruising altitude. So it's not a safe time to get out of your seat. Well, this guy gets out of his seat and gets on his hands and knees and starts crawling around the floor, clearly looking for something. I'm thinking he lost some very expensive earbuds or something, right? And my coworker made a general announcement, ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seat. He crawls around and he comes up to me, and I said, "Sir, please return to your seat. You can see I'm wearing my harness. It's a good time for you to be wearing your seatbelt." And he's like, his girlfriend or someone lost the cap to her water bottle, like this. She lost this. He's endangering himself for a plastic water bottle cap. And he says, he comes back. I'm like, "Sir, please remain seated. Do you have an extra," he wanted an extra plastic cap. "Do you have an extra cap to a water bottle?" What? "No, please sit down." That was the gist of the flight. That experience can just kind of give you an idea of why that flight was very frustrating. Lot of activity. It was a very busy flight. We did a lot of service, which helped make the flight go by. It was a 5-hour flight, but it was little experiences like that just frustrated me. Every single one of them was when it was potentially dangerous for a passenger to do something, and they did it. And it was just, that's the part that, those are the things that really got me frustrated. Yeah, so it was a long flight. And you know how I seemingly love to describe when children throw up, right? I'm always very descriptive when I'm talking about that. Remember that little girl? Ha. Well, the captain called up to say, hey, we want to come out. So we have a whole procedure we have to do. Two of us have to go up to the front. We block off the aisle so that no one can approach the flight deck. And, so we have a whole process there. Well, my other coworkers were reading or eating or something. So I went up in front with my coworker Chi to set up this blockade sort of thing that we do. Well, before we could get there, this little boy gets up to go to the bathroom. He couldn't have been 6. He couldn't have been, little guy. He threw up, and I mean, he threw up. This poor thing. It was like The Exorcist. Threw up, and it was half on the carpet, which is the worst because it's carpet, and then half on the galley floor, and it was just all over, and it splashed the shoes of the gentleman who was sitting in 2D. He's wearing these white slides and socks, and I dread the idea that some of that got on his socks. But so G and I had to clean this up. We have biohazard kits, which have these little granules, those powder that you can spread on the liquid, and it soaks it up and makes it solid, so you can scrape it up, but you really can't scrape it up. So it was just a mess. The poor little boy, once he recovered himself, he was so embarrassed, and we did try to make him feel better, but it was the poor thing. He just got very, very sick. And so it wasn't a bad thing. It was a great, a chance to show some care and concern and customer service, make sure mom was okay, because it could have been stressful, so we really, it was right there in the forward galley where people are going to walk back and forth, and we're trying not, I'm sorry, I'm going at length. I'll make this story shorter. So I put paper towels on the ground on top of the spot that I've tried to clean up by scraping. And I asked my coworker if it's okay if I made a little announcement. I picked up the PA and I'm like, hey guys, how are ya? And everyone's face comes up and I say, hey guys, how are you? Do you remember when you're a kid and you play that game to avoid stepping on a crack so you don't break your mother's back, that kind of thing? And lots of people are nodding. I'm like, we're gonna play a game, you and I. Everybody, we're gonna play a game, and it's don't step on the napkin. Don't step on the paper towel, because there has been a bit of a spill in the front. So please step over the thing. Do you think anyone listened to me? Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. So that is almost 8 minutes of me complaining about my day. I'm glad it's over. Tomorrow we're going to be going from LA to LA again, and then back to Vegas, and I'll be finished, and this trip will be over, and I cannot wait. So let me talk. I'll finally let you go, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Good morning, guys. Hi. It is 8:50 in the morning, and it looks like it's a lovely day. It's a pretty day outside. There's the pool. But I didn't get to sleep till 2:30, if not later. I woke up to go downstairs and get breakfast, because I remember breakfast here being pretty good. And then I'm going to go back upstairs and go back to sleep for another hour or two. My van time is 3:30. We're taking a 3:30 van, so I'm not going to go into Fort Lauderdale because it's just not enough time. But I will get another couple hours of sleep. I'll have my last remaining meal, or ravioli, and then we will start our return to Las Vegas. All right, so I will see you later on. Hey guys, how are ya? It's 2:55 in the afternoon. I'm gonna leave the room in about 20 minutes.
My van isn't until 3:30, but I'm on the 7th floor and there's only one elevator, so I want to get down there pretty with some time. The shuttle to the airport here is very competitive, as there's a lot of cruise passengers also going to the airport as well, so it can be a little tricky getting into that shuttle, so I want to give myself a little time. The layover has been very nice. It's relatively short compared to my normal layovers, but I got a really good night's sleep. I had some good food. I've been watching a movie today called This Is Where I Leave You. It's sort of a dark comedy, family comedy, and sort of triggering a few things in my chest and in my head. I kind of want to cry a little bit, but I'm not quite sure why. Do you ever get that feeling like you just want to cry, but you really don't know why? Am I the only one? Yeah, I'm having that right now. I'm sorry. It's raining lightly outside, but the weather doesn't look too crazy, so we should be okay taking off tonight. Yeah, that's my layover. It's been nice. So I will see you guys probably at the airport. All right, see you soon. All right, hey guys, how are you? Welcome to LA. We had to change planes. We arrived here in LA. The flight was 5 hours and 5 minutes. It was a little delayed in leaving, and then we got here and to find out our flight to Vegas is delayed, and it's just always the last day. Go home day is always like something's gonna go wrong. Do you know how I'm always saying, oh my God, I love my guests, our passengers? Wow, that was loud. You know how I'm always like, oh my God, my passengers were amazing. I loved them. They were fantastic. All these great kids. This last leg, I really can't say any of that. There were some pleasant people, but it was not like my usual flight. It was a very unusual flight. The things that made it less than pleasant, I can't share with you. I know it kills me because, you know, I love to share stories. I love to tell stories, but I really can't. There are things that just should not be said on a YouTube channel. We did have one UM, which is an unaccompanied minor, a 13-year-old young lady, incredibly smart, very, very, very smart. And, you know, if you're a flight attendant, you've had that UM who is very, very smart and feels the need to tell you all of their achievements and successes. And yeah, it's just a lot of, it was a lot. A lovely girl, but just a lot. She reminded me of me, actually, because, you know, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I have a thought, let me tell you. Yeah, so it reminded me a lot of me. But, yeah, I'm going to leave that flight in the past where it belongs and hope that we can get leaving LA soon, because I need to get home. This trip has been way too long and too much unpleasantness has happened during it. So, again, I wish I could share stories. I can't, but I will see you when I get back to Las Vegas. All right, toodaloo. Well, of course, I'm still in LA. It turns out our first officer and our chaser are on a different flight, and they're not landing here in LA for another hour and 20 minutes. Then they have to deplane before they can come over and we can start, they can do their checks, and then we can start boarding. So I have no idea what time I'm getting home tonight. It's probably well after midnight. But last leg, it's always go home day. But a small silver lining, little teeny silver lining, is that I might be able to get something hot to eat over at Lemonade. So there's that, right? All right, so let me stop bitching and moaning, and if I ever do, and I'll see you in Las Vegas, hopefully. Right, the silver lining is looking a little brighter. They had fresh green hatch chili chicken with fresh mashed potatoes, and it's like a Thanksgiving dinner size amount of food, which is just perfect right now. All right, our first officer showed up about 10 minutes ago, and now our chaser is here. The poor thing, she had a 11 a.m. show here, in LA that you had to do a San Antonio turn. There was a 3-hour delay there. And she's just starting her way back to Las Vegas now. And the poor thing, I don't know how she's even standing up. But, all right, we're going to start boarding in a minute. So, oh my God, I keep telling you, I'll see you in Las Vegas, right? I'll see you in Las Vegas. Oh, hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to Las Vegas. Welcome back to my Karshimi. It is exactly 1 a.m. We were about an hour and a half away from getting a DOR, which would have been nice, but it was already so long a day that it doesn't matter. We ended up having a 3-hour sit between those two legs, which was just brutal. Thank God we only had one leg from LA here. I mean, if it were any longer, I don't know how I would have made it. We probably would have timed out. Apparently when we got to LA, we had to sit there for 3 hours waiting for a first officer and our chaser. It turns out that our first officer was timing out as we sat there waiting for our chaser to get on board. And I'm in the back looking forward because I can't move from my boarding position when we have passengers on the plane and the doors open. I saw that there were 3 pilots in the cockpit. I could see that someone was sitting in the jump seat, and I'm thinking, well, do we have an extra person in the flight deck? Are they legal to fly? Apparently no. The third person was another first officer who had timed out earlier in the day and was just trying to get back home to Vegas. It was just really a poop show. On top of a miserable flight. I know I'm complaining. I'm sorry. I should just be grateful. I love my job. I mean, and things usually work out. This is very unusual for my airline in my experience. We had a crappy flight, and then we had that nightmare sit. Our passengers on the plane, thank God, coming here to Vegas were very patient. Maybe they just got so tired of waiting that they weren't upset. But for the most part, they were really great on the plane coming here. 51-minute flight, so they managed it well. But a majority of them were supposed to continue on to other places, and all of them missed their connection, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. I did not see them at the gate being re-ticketed or rebooked. I also didn't see them at the ticket counter when I was leaving as well, so I don't know what was done, but clearly they were taken care of right when they got off the plane, so I was very happy about that. We had a little family in the back. They were from somewhere in South America. I'm not quite sure where they're originally from. They live in Santa Barbara right now, but they're on the way to Nashville to visit friends and family. And I just loved them. I mean, I just loved them immediately. This lovely couple and their gorgeous little 4-year-old daughter. I just felt very protective of them for some reason. And I knew that they were going to be in the airport or somewhere for a long period of time without snacks or food available. So the 4-year-old might just have found some snacks and maybe some apple juice accidentally within their arm's reach. I just wanted to make sure that the 4-year-old at least wasn't going to be hungry or thirsty on their way to their next step. So some things may have accidentally fallen in their direction. Don't tell anybody. But all in all, today was a mess. But I rarely experience days like this. If you know me and you follow me, my days are usually fairly regular. Things usually follow their script, So today was just not a winner. It wasn't a winner, but I'm usually on the winning side. So I have to remember that during days like today. Usually things work out. Today was just a poop show. And again, I wish I could share with you the worst of things, but I really can't. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to race home carefully because Buddy is probably wicked pissed off with me right now, I'll tell you, because I've been gone very, very long. So let me let you guys go. I will see you sometime very soon. Thank you for joining me on this poop show.
Bye. Fly safe.